Imagine facing life's toughest moments, setbacks, failures, and unexpected challenges, and emerging not just intact, but stronger. How do some people stand tall while others crumble? The answer lies in mental toughness. In 2024, mastering this skill could be the difference between achieving your dreams or watching them slip away. But here's the catch. Mental toughness isn't something you're born with. It's built. Are you ready to learn how? Today, we're diving into the top 5 techniques that will forge your mind into an unbreakable force. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see the world and yourself differently. Stick around and find out how to unlock the power within. Let's get started. Technique 1. Embrace discomfort. The first technique to build mental toughness is learning how to embrace discomfort. Growth happens when you step out of your comfort zone, and that's true in both physical and mental challenges. The idea is simple. Consistently put yourself in situations that challenge you, whether it's through physical exertion, tackling difficult tasks, or facing fears head-on. When you embrace discomfort, your mind becomes accustomed to the idea that adversity is part of the process. Think of athletes who push themselves beyond physical limits in training. They build not just their bodies, but their minds as well. Mental toughness grows when you intentionally do what's difficult, whether that's a high-intensity workout, waking up earlier than usual, or working through an emotionally challenging situation. Start small. Maybe it's setting a goal to run in cold weather, speak up in a meeting, or simply resist hitting the snooze button. The more you expose yourself to discomfort, the more resilient you'll become. The best way to practice this is by gradually introducing discomfort into your daily life. Take cold showers, challenge yourself with tough physical activities, or take on a new and unfamiliar project at work. Technique 2. Master emotional control. Mental toughness is deeply rooted in your ability to control your emotions, especially in high-stress or high-pressure situations. When adversity strikes, your first reaction is emotional, whether it's anger, frustration, fear, or sadness. While emotions are a natural human response, mentally tough people don't let those emotions dictate their actions. Instead, they have the ability to process emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Mastering emotional control is crucial for staying focused and making clear decisions when the pressure is on. Think of emotional control as your ability to remain calm in the storm. It's not about suppressing emotions, but rather about regulating them. By practicing mindfulness, meditation, or even taking a moment to breathe and reflect, you allow yourself to step back and assess a situation from a more rational perspective. Consider high-performing athletes or business leaders. When under pressure, they remain composed, calm, and calculated. They are able to assess a situation without letting anger, frustration, or fear cloud their judgment. This emotional mastery allows them to make better decisions in the heat of the moment. One effective way to practice this is through mindfulness exercises or deep breathing techniques. When you feel stress rising or emotions bubbling up, take a step back, acknowledge the feeling, and consciously decide how to react. Over time, this ability to manage emotions becomes an ingrained habit. The result? A sharper, more focused mind that doesn't fall apart under pressure. Technique 3. Set clear, achievable goals. Mental toughness thrives on clear, achievable goals. The problem with vague or unrealistic goals is that they lead to frustration and burnout. On the other hand, when you have a clear destination in mind, your mental focus sharpens and the path becomes easier to follow. Goals give you a purpose, and when that purpose is defined, it becomes a guiding light, especially during tough times. A key aspect of setting goals is making sure they are smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This clarity allows you to break down big goals into smaller, actionable steps. For example, if your goal is to run a marathon, You don't just lace up your shoes and attempt 26 miles on day 1. You break it down into smaller milestones, starting with shorter runs and gradually increasing your distance and endurance. Each time you achieve a small goal, your brain gets a boost of confidence, reinforcing the belief that you can accomplish bigger things. This positive reinforcement builds mental toughness because you prove to yourself, time and again, that you are capable of success. The mentally tough don't just chase goals. They set up systems and habits that lead to consistent progress. Setting clear goals also provides motivation when things get hard. When obstacles arise, you can look back at your progress and remind yourself of the bigger picture. This forward momentum makes it harder to give up. The act of working towards something meaningful gives your mind a reason to keep pushing, even when the journey gets difficult. Technique 4. Build unshakable discipline. Discipline is the cornerstone of mental toughness. While motivation can come and go, discipline is what keeps you moving forward. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what will get you across the finish line. It's the force that drives you to keep going when your enthusiasm has faded. Discipline isn't about grand gestures or pushing yourself to extremes every single day. It's about consistency. It's showing up and doing the work, day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it. Whether you're pursuing a fitness goal, learning a new skill, or tackling a tough project, discipline is what allows you to build momentum over time. One of the most effective ways to cultivate discipline is by developing strong daily habits. These habits don't have to be monumental at first. Start small, like committing to a 10-minute daily workout, or spending 15 minutes each morning reading or learning something new. Over time, these small actions compound, and the habit becomes automatic. The mentally tough understand that success is a long game. They aren't distracted by the allure of quick wins or overnight results. Instead, they focus on consistency, knowing that daily effort builds unshakable discipline, which in turn fuels long-term success. Discipline is what helps you stick to your goals when motivation is nowhere to be found. Another key to discipline is holding yourself accountable. This could be through self-reflection, using a journal, or having an accountability partner. The act of reflecting on your progress, or lack thereof, can reignite your drive and push you to stay on track. The more disciplined you become, the more you trust yourself to follow through on your commitments, no matter how hard things get. Technique 5. Develop a never-quit attitude. The final and perhaps most critical technique for building mental toughness is adopting a never-quit attitude. This mindset means that no matter how many times you stumble, fail, or hit roadblocks, quitting is not an option. The mentally tough view failure not as the end, but as a stepping stone toward. To develop this attitude, you need to change your perspective on failure. Instead of seeing it as something to avoid, embrace it as a part of the journey. Each time you fail, ask yourself what you can learn from the experience. How can you adapt? How can you use this setback to fuel your future success? The mentally tough also know the importance of persistence. It's easy to give up when things don't go according to plan, but the key is to keep showing up day after day, even when progress feels slow or non-existent. With a never-quit attitude, you understand that setbacks are temporary, but giving up is permanent. In the end, persistence is the ultimate test of mental toughness. It's the ability to keep going when everything inside you says to stop. The mentally tough keep pushing forward, no matter how hard the road becomes, knowing that success is waiting on the other side of their persistence. If you're ready to conquer your own challenges, hit that subscribe button and join us for more motivating content that will keep you pushing forward.